Susan Tedeschi that just played. Tommy Shannon just signed it. Robert Jr. Lockwood, Buddy Guy, Sun Seals, Mag Guitar Murphy. Just trying to
He
collect
doesn't
them all.
play at all either. He just
Oh no,
gets
not
out
at
of
all.
the cast.
So just get them done. And got Taj Mahal in Bloomington.
Oh, cool. When was he
last
there?
week.
Was it last
Just
week?
last
Yeah.
week.
Was he
Yeah.
the Bluebird?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
he
called
was at
down
the
there. We were
Bluebird.
trying to do an interview.
Uh-huh.
I called down there and asked him when he was going to be there, and they go, "Who's that?"
They didn't know who it was, really?
They didn't even know he was coming.
No, he did a great job. It was packed in there.
Why are you doing? What's your drive to get guitars?
What's my drive? I just love the blues, and a lot of the second generation blues guys are starting to be, Pine Top Perkins, R.L. Burnside, or, in their last days of doing this. So go see the show, get a great show, see somebody that we may never see again, and have something that I can put up in my living room, and it's a great conversation piece.
So, what is your name?
Brian Hedrick.
And where do you live, Brian?
I'm here in Indy. Yeah, but I go all over.
So, we have your permission to use this in our video?
Absolutely.
Say, you have my permission to use this.
You have my permission to use this in a video.
Okay.
All right.
So, are we going to ask anything else? Or do we have time to answer a few other questions?
I think she's getting ready to go back to her hotel. We'll start with that, and then we'll do the other.
We're gonna come back for BB too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be around for that.
Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the first question is, I wondered how you got your signature on your guitar from B.B. King. Can you tell us the story?
Sure. I was on his birthday, September 16th, and I was playing with him at the Greensboro Coliseum over in North Carolina.
One of those Carolinas.
Oh my gosh, I always get them confused. Okay, let's cut that part.
Yeah, we'll cut that.
Okay,
Play with
good.
BB.
Is it
But I
something?
was playing with him at the Greensboro, North Carolina gig on his birthday, and it was with Delbert McClinton and Dr. John and myself. So I did a little bit of touring with him in September.
Oh, that was fun, huh?
Dates. Oh, it was great.
What's he like?
He's amazing. There's not many people on the earth like B.B. King. He's spiritual. He's exciting. He's incredibly sweet and modest and so talented. He's got so much soul and he's got so much to offer. He's just a great guy, and it's great because he gets to sit around and tell us stories. As a band, he'll sit down and he'll tell us. We were showing him like an import record that we had where he had this plaid jacket on. He was like, "Oh, I remember that jacket," and then he sat down and he told us the whole story about the jacket. He's wonderful and he's just beautiful.
Cool. What's a good story to ask and talk to him about?
Ask him about when his bus got axed.
Got axed?
Yeah, from Promoter.
Okay.
A promoter. Wow.
Buddy Guy was telling me that one. I haven't even asked him that yet. I want to know about it, but Buddy was telling me.
Anything else anybody
I
wants?
think if you got time, like a couple about we're sort of contrasting people coming out like B.B. King, and then people like yourself that have sort of made it to a good success level. You're starting to kind of
Okay.
climb into legendary kind of thing.
I don't think that, but
What was it like for you when you first getting started in the business, and like you have any interesting stories about when it was early and it was tough?
it's always early and tougher, Just about a year and a half ago, I was on a whole other level, just touring around in a van. Actually not even that long ago, touring in the van. That was just right before March that we, just started flying more and had a bus and things. But mostly it's always kind of tough, and it's tough being a woman for me, because I can't exercise and eat healthy all the time regularly because you don't ever get on a set schedule. You're just out there on the road. You live like a gypsy out of all your luggage, and you carry it everywhere you go, and stuff happens, like yesterday when the guy dropped my amp off the plane, and broke it, and so I didn't have an amp today, and I had to use their backline gear, and stuff like that happens. And so that's actually the good stuff. Years ago, just about, not this past January, but the year before, my van got stolen in Memphis. That's more like the stuff that used to happen, and not only that, the gig played $500, and that was a lot of money, and it was like 5 guys they had to pay, and you also had to drive 24 hours to get there, and you run out of gas or don't have a hotel. We had to stay in this one hotel. We were in Arkansas playing King Biscuit one year, and we were like, we're just going to go down to, see a King Biscuit festival a day early, so we went down there. And, we didn't have anywhere to stay, so we're like, the whole band stayed in one hotel room, we called it the Stick Bug Motel, So, stuff like that happens, but it's fun. You get to meet people. And the best thing about the blues scene for me is, there's so many wonderful people that are in it, and you get to meet them and, really just have fun and listen to each other's music. And people are just very sweet and supportive. So I love it.
So now you're becoming a little more successful, a little more recognized. What's the most exciting part of that? I mean, are you missing the older days? I mean, obviously, since it's just coming around, it's not.
Well, the most exciting thing about it is that the work is a little bit more consistent, and you get to see lots more people, so you get to play in front of bigger audiences. I'd say the best thing, though, is getting the radio play, because then we'll play a city that we've never played before, like Boise, Idaho, and there'll be 700 people there, and I'm like, what are you doing here? How'd you get here? They're like, we're here on the radio. So that's been the new kind of trippy thing for me, that I really appreciate, and I thank God, every day just for giving me work and having people come out and listen to the record and like it and like the shows, so it's fun.
Where does the original spark to sing blues for you come from? Because a lot of these guys are the old guys from the South and having to work and coming from not much at all.
Being a woman having to work really hard, it's hard because a lot of times you don't even have time to get dressed up. But for me, I have to because I'm a girl. So the guy, I'll be in the van. I'll kick all the guys out of the van so I can get changed. It used to be that, so it's, working hard is a common theme, It's like you don't have to work in a cotton field or, behind a mule all the time just to work hard, I think that this day and age, people rely so much more on electronics and computers and stuff to do so many jobs now anyway, that there's a lot of stress still. It's not like people aren't stressed out, and working hard and working hard to strive for something. We all still have to do that. I think that maybe back then it was a whole other motivation for some of those artists. Like BB, he's still working hard today and doesn't have to, but he has to for himself, because not only does he love it, but it's what he does. It keeps him going, and he's an inspiration to me. When I look at somebody like that, I say, well, I'm not working hard enough, or I can always do better, or I could, so I look at a lot of people like BB or, Buddy Guy, or, anybody that's been out there touring for more than 10, 20 years, and I'm just like, wow, they just keep going, I got to do that too.
Okay, the question is, so it seems like everyone, whether it's like blues music or anything you hear on the radio today, everyone's kind of sings the blues in some way or another. Why do you, all music, more or less, modern music that is, descends from blues and gospel music? Or is it?
I think a lot of music does definitely descend from it. I'd say gospel, blues, are two of my fundamentals for everything. If you're rock or jazz even, they both go in different directions, but they're all influenced by similar ideas, whether it's T-Bone Walker or Charlie Patton, or whether it's, Guitar Slim or, Gatemouth Brown or Buddy Guy or Stevie Ray Vaughan or Albert King. I mean, these people are so different, Otis Rush and Freddie King or Mighty, I don't know. There's so many people, it's hard to name them all, but the thing is they all are very different, yet similar theme, like a similar thing, that's hard to really describe what it is, so.
What are your goals for your career?
Just keep playing music and hopefully have, my goals, I don't know, I have to change them because I already achieved like everything I really wanted to achieve this year.
Wow.
So now I have to start all over again and decide, okay, what do I really want to do now that I've gotten to this new level, of success, which is basically just working and really getting a lot of feedback for recording and stuff. My thing is they have me out so much working all the time that I don't ever have any time to sit around the house and write songs like I used to do.
Sure.
So for me, it's like I need to get off the road and write another record and record another record and then maybe tour again. And
how does it feel to make a career out of what you love?
it's fun. It's so much better than doing a 9-to-5 job for me, because I can do it, but I just get depressed. And then it probably makes me write better songs.
What did you do before you were playing?
Oh, I've always been playing, but I've always been doing other things too. I used to work in an electronics store. I used to work for my parents' video store. I used to waitress. I mean, I've done tons and tons of different types of jobs. Just whatever to pay the rent. So.
Is there an influence of Bonnie Raitt maybe in your style and your playing?
Actually, people used to tell me I sounded like Bonnie Raitt in college, and I didn't know who she was. And I think it was because I had a huge influence in Linda Ronstadt when I was younger. And then I discovered Bonnie, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's just like Linda. They did parallel records, 1970 to 74, all same kind of Love Has No Pride. They both recorded that, And here I was singing Love Has No Pride in college. People were like, wow, you sound like Bonnie Raitt. And I'm like, who's that? And they're like, oh, she did Love Has No Pride. I'm like, no, Linda Ronstadt did. See, I didn't know. So then when I discovered her, I was like, ooh, this is great, because not only does she sing great, but she plays guitar great, And she's a wonderful artist, and for her to keep doing it as long as she's been doing it, I mean, she was on a major label when she was 20, I wasn't. That's for sure. I'm 28 now, and I'm just thankful that I can play on a festival with Bonnie Raitt or something, I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat thing.
It is really
Like a dream
neat.
come true.
It is. It's very surreal, B.B. King or Bonnie Raitt or hanging out with, John Lee Hooker or Jimmy Vaughn's knocking on my door, come and sing with me. I was like, ah, almost had a heart attack. Because he's like one of my all-time favorites. So it's fun. And Buddy Guy, I love singing with him all the time. I just get spoiled rotten. And I enjoy it.
I have one more question. When you played the hit song you have on the radio right now, and you kind of got to the end and you were just kind of thinking, I sang it pretty cool, and I was really into it. What's that feel like when everybody's just like screaming, going crazy for it? I mean, is it great
What do you mean? Like as soon as I start a song?
No, well, when you started, there's probably that, oh yeah, we know that, we love it, yeah. And then at the end of it, when you really just kick some ass on it, and people are like,
I don't know, I'm so into the moment of singing, I don't think I'm there. Like I'm there, but I'm not listening to the reaction. I know that people are into it, but I don't know how, I don't really get like a whole other thing off that. I just probably feed off of it more and build my energy more from it. I don't think I'm like, ooh, wow, listen to that. I think I'm just more into the moment,
Okay. That's pretty cool. I just was curious.
Yeah.
Because I could kind of see.
Sometimes I hear it, it depends on what's going on. Tonight I was really aware of my amp messing up. It just sounded crappy. And sometimes it's really difficult to play when you don't get a good sound, because then you overplay and you get a little clumsy and things like that. So sometimes I'm not aware of all the other good things that are going on. I'm trying not to concentrate on the bad things, but they're messing me up, so I can't, keep focused. So that my goal is to really try and get better amps and get better monitor things going on, and really just be able to focus on the music and the audience, because that's how I get a lot of my energy. If they give it back, you'll know it, because I'll usually give it back.
Seems like they did today. I think you had a pretty good.
Yeah, they were great. We were having a hard time with the sound, but that's just on stage, So we're like, as long as it sounds good out there, just keep playing it, But it's hard to know.
Yeah. It's cool.
So is Double Trouble your normal band, or are you
They are just for about a month. I have a different band, but they're at home.